Y'all, everybody, we walking into the live like Kendrick. Hey, I've been doing this all week since the Super Bowl. What y'all know about that? What's up, y'all? Happy Saturday. Welcome to the live. Where does time go? I say this every week. I was sitting here prepared. It was 9:57, and I walked away. I shouldn't have walked away. I should have stayed where I was. I could have been here on time, and then I got distracted. But that's okay. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the live, my friends. I'm so happy to have y'all here. You already know the drill. Answer that question of the day. To all of my replay gang. Thank y'all for being here and watching. We got a great topic today. We're going to talk about credit scores. And I just like to continue my series on credit cards, whatever, credit, loans, whatever it may be, because there's so much that we need to learn and understand about it. So this is another one of those lives where we're going to discuss credit and how to make it work for us, okay? All right, let me see who is all in here. If you are just joining, make sure you go ahead and put your hashtag Saturday Live if you want to be a part of the giveaway at the end of the live. And I see all my favorite people. Good morning. Let me scroll to the top. Let's see who's in here. Here's the question of the day. What's one thing you wish you knew sooner about credit scores? Is there something you wish you would have learned that you know now, but you wish you would have known sooner? Put that in the comments. Let's see what Desi says. Good morning. I'm really not sure how to answer the question of the day, but I'm here for all the credit stuff. Just remember, everyone, your scores can always bounce back. Give it time. Yes, that is great advice. Give it time. Don't let your credit score define you. Don't let it get you down. Because, honey, you talking to I can't even get it out. You talking to somebody who was in the, that end that say bad. Like, that end, that's where I was. Not until I got serious about credit that now I'm on the opposite end. And we're going to get there. I'm going to show y'all how, but with everything else, it's strategic. And you got to be able to put in the time to make it work. All right. Good morning, Lucille. Good morning, Crescent community. I wish I knew how to increase my score. Low now, but working on it. Pen and paper ready. Hashtag Saturday Live. All right, Lucille. Hey, budgets. Good morning, all. I would have liked to have known and understood sooner that credit age is important. I misused and abused my credit as a teenager. Oh, the trap we all fall into. Janelle, good morning. I wish I knew how a credit score is determined and ways to keep it in high range. All right, that's what we're talking about today. Hey, Erica. I wish I had known how many different credit score lenders use. I wish I had known how many different credit scores lenders use and what goes into them. Oh my God, y'all got some great comments. How they work and do everything I can to keep them up. Yes, we're going to talk about it today to know how they worked. Of course, my score is excellent now. Hard work. Congratulations, Wendy. Hello. Give it up for Wendy's. Hard work and dedication to paying off debt over the years. Good morning. Come on in. Good morning. We're talking about credit today, y'all. Billing versus statement date. Good one, because there is a difference. Hey, Andrew, I wish I understood how the debt to income importance. Yes, y'all are throwing some good ones out here. We're going to talk about all of it. We may not talk about it all today, but we will talk about it. I wish I had started learning about credit when I was younger. When I was young, I never really knew how much my score can affect your financial wealth. Because they don't teach us that, do they? You know what I love about the young kids today? My daughter is in she's taking a finance course. It's one of her electives. It wasn't her option. I explained to her because she's doing budgeting and everything. I said, this will be a great course for you to take. So at least they're trying to offer that now to kids. One of her assignments was she had $1,200 she made for the month and she had to pay rent and everything. She was like, "Ma, I came in a negative." I said, it's teaching you how to manage your money. And that was just a great comment that made me think about that. All right, good morning, y'all. Come on in, answer that question of the day. Who said go Eagles? Okay, Mandy, go Eagles. Eagles killed, didn't they? Okay. I don't know if y'all watched the Super Bowl, but what happened? What happened? I was like, hello? But go Eagles. Very well deserved. That the score is everything when it comes to buying things like a house or car. Yes. We don't think about that stuff because nobody tells us. Good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Happy Saturday. All right. As you come in, we are talking about 5 methods to help increase your credit score. Okay. And these are things that everyone needs to be made aware of. This is going to help increase your credit score. But again, like with anything, it is strategic and it's going to take hard work for you to pay. And I'm not even going to say hard work. These things I'm going to tell you today, it's not hard work. It's going to take you to be dedicated and focused, but it's not hard at all. Okay. So let me go ahead. Let me take this banner off. Make sure you got your hashtag Saturday Live in if you want to enter the giveaway. As you come in, continue to answer your question of the day. Replay game. Make sure you put your question of the day answer in the chat. We're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. Now, this first thing we all know. Okay. And before we get started with that, I wanted to show you guys, let me share my screen here. I wanted to show you the credit score rating in case you're not familiar with it. So give me a second. Let me share my screen. Let me pull it up here, entire screen. Hold on, let me find y'all know, take me a minute. Did I share my screen? I did not. Entire screen. There we go. God, I do this every week. You think I would know this by now. Okay, so I wanted to make sure you guys understood the credit score ranges. And also, I wanted to read this to you guys here, okay? All of these articles that I mentioned today will be in the description box below. But I want you to understand, what are the credit score ranges, okay? So here we go right here. Here are your ranges here. So if you know your credit score, find out where you are on this chart here. We have bad. Ooh, this is where I used to be. Ain't no shame, but honey, I was down here. We have fair, we have good, and we have excellent. Okay. So this just breaks down what the scores are, and means you have excellent credit. The 690 to 719 means you have good credit. 630 to 689 means you have fair credit. And 629 or below just means it's, we'll say poor. Some of them say poor instead of bad. Bad just makes it seem awful, honey. But I wanted to show you guys that just in case you weren't aware where the scores were and what they meant. Okay. So with that being said, let's get into our 5 methods that's going to help us increase our score so we can get in that range down there. Okay. And let's start off with the first one. Everyone's familiar with this one. And this first one here is, to increase your credit score, you got to make sure you're paying your bills on time. Look at this, every single time. So if you pay your bills on time one month and you're late the next month, you don't get any special treatment because you paid it on time that one month. It has to be every time. Now look at this. Your payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. Okay. So we're going to talk about this during this live today. So paying your bills on time is a big chunk of your credit score. It's 35%. Okay. So even one late payment can cause damage. So how do we fix it? Now, we talked about this. Setting up those bills for auto pay. I know some of y'all don't agree. But if you are having a lot of late payments, that may help. Use a bill tracking app to make sure you stay on top of those due dates. Okay. Call your lender if you miss a payment. Of course, they may waive that late fee. Now, I will tell you from experience, they ain't going to do it all the time. Okay? They're not going to do it all the time. So make sure it's just for rare occasions. They won't do it all the time. But making sure you're staying on track of paying your bills on time is a huge chunk of your credit score. Okay? So let me ask you this. Here's question number 1. I want you guys to put number 1 next to your answer here. What do you think is the biggest challenge when it comes to paying your bills on time? Just think in general. It may not be you. You probably pay your bills on time, but just in general, if someone is watching this and they're having difficulty paying their bills on time, what do you think one of the biggest challenges are? Like, I can tell you from experience, one of my biggest challenges was lazy. This is me I'm talking about. Just lazy. I ain't paying that bill. I ain't got time for that. I ain't thinking about that bill. Just not doing it just because, and not understanding just because. and just not understanding the importance of it. So just being lazy and just not paying, and then paying the last minute and not understanding the significance of it. Okay. So I want you to drop your answers down below. And then again, I want you to understand that this reason right here, paying your bills on time, this is a reason a lot of people think what makes up the credit score, but there's several factors, but this is 35% of it. All right. So let me get back to the comment section here. Again, if you guys are curious about credit scores and all of the things, I'm going to have all of the articles that I've linked in the description box. And remember, for the new year, we talked about how we're going to take a topic and we're going to enhance our education about that financial topic. So if anyone wants their topic to be credit scores or credit, start with the articles below. They are great articles. Excuse me. All right. Let me get to see what some of your answers are. And welcome, everyone. If you're just joining us, we are talking about how to increase your credit score. And we're not going to talk about it this live, but once you do increase your credit score, can I talk? Once you do increase your credit score, how to maintain it. See, that's the biggest challenge. You can do these steps I'm going to talk to you about today. You can do this. You can do this starting today. How do you maintain it is the big question. All right, we're going to talk about it. All right, let's see. CB says, I wish I knew that the closing date and the amount you have left to pay on your credit cards affect your credit score. We're going to talk about that in upcoming lives. Barbie says, I wish I knew to never allow a credit card to close, even if I paid it off completely. Length of time matters. Yes, Boss Angel, work on your own and let others worry about theirs. I let mine go and worked on building my husband's. And when he passed away, so sorry to hear that. And when he passed away, his was perfect and mine was in the toilet. Now, so sorry to hear about your husband passing away, but that is great advice. I never thought about that, especially for those of you all who are married and you're dealing with, two finances and just two budgets and all of that stuff. Work on your own. Get yourself together. Yes, you are a unit, but work on making sure you have your finances in order. That was great advice. All right. How our credit score fluctuates and feeling defeated after you purchase or have debt. I'm on the excellent credit list now. Let's go. Yes. All right. Let's see. Let me see if I have any. Let me see what Desi says. Saw a comment about someone not knowing the statement date versus the payment date. The statement date is the day that the balance would go to the credit bureau, and the due date is when that bill is due. Yes. Did you guys know that there's that statement date is whatever your balance is at that statement date, closing date, that's what gets reported to the credit card bureau. And there's two different dates. Go look at your credit card statement and see if you notice. It may say statement date. It may say closing date. Go see if you notice that date. Let's see. Hi, Kathy. How to pay extra towards the card to pay down the balance. All right. Let's see. Hi, Albert. I've been building credit for 2 years and I still haven't gone anywhere. All right. Well, we're going to make sure that you're utilizing all of the methods to build your credit and see how we can get your credit moving. Because again, it's not just about doing all these things I'm going to tell you about today. It is about making sure you're managing it and managing it properly. It's like with anything else, you got to be strategic and stay on top of it. All right, let's see if I got any answers. I swear I can talk, y'all. Let's see if we got any answers to number one in here. I'm hyped today. When I talk about credit, I'm hyped. This is my one financial topic that I've studied and I've watched videos and it's helped me increase my credit. So I get hyped about this one. Okay. So what do you think is the biggest challenge when it comes to paying bills on time? Lack of funds, disorganized, payday never falls when bills are due. Can we fix this? Absolutely. Do you guys know you can call your credit card companies or whoever it may be, electric, utilities, everything, and ask them to change that due date? Absolutely. Absolutely you can, because I've done it. And they will change it. It may take a month or two to change that bill cycle, but you absolutely can do it. We'll talk about it. Okay, not having the money, not having enough money to pay bills, either not budgeting or spending on things not unnecessary. Forgetting. Overspending and not having an honest budget. Wells Fargo sends my score to me every month. I went from poor to fair as of February 25th. Give it up for Rachel. Moving up that chart. That's all that matters. You're moving up and you're trying to make progress. Yes. Hey, Yesenia. Not wanting to pay it, saying I'll pay it. That is me. That was me, Ro. That was me right there. I didn't want to pay it. I'm keeping this extra money. Y'all can do whatever with that funky little score till I realize that funky little score matters. I was like, you want a house, huh? That score. Oh, you know when you want something. I wanted to get my house. I was like, oh, that score. Oh, it matters. Okay. I see. People forget the day. Pay mine on time to avoid the late fee. It's ridiculous. In the past, I would have the money and procrastinate. Ooh, that was me. Not having enough money, living out their means. I don't want to part with my money. I felt that one. Okay, so everybody's saying not having enough money, not being organized and knowing when bills are due, just not having a plan and overextending your finances. And a lot of times, a lot of us, we run up all these bills, then we don't want to face reality. You ever just felt like, that'll go away. I ain't got time for that. Ignoring the phone calls coming to your phone. They'll go away until you actually need something. That's when you get serious about it. Hey, Marie. Not keeping track and forgetting to pay it. The statements are important to look at. Yes, they all statements. All statements. Hi, Mary. Let's see. Making sure you have enough money to pay them. Something comes up and I just forgot to send the payment. It used to be robbing Peter to pay Paul. Ain't that the truth? Unexpected bills or not budgeting enough money for the bill when it increases unexpectedly. And then when you start racking up them late fees, oh my God, then it gets crazy. Now, I think a late fee, I don't know if this has changed. I think I need to look into this. I think that there's a set late fee across the board. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it's usually like $35, if I'm not mistaken. $35 is husky. That's a lot of money. And then just to keep racking and racking. Oh my God, we'll talk about it. So yes, so you guys are on top of things. One of the first methods to increasing your credit score is to pay your bills on time, okay? Make sure you hit that like button if you agree with that method. We all are familiar with that one because that's a big chunk of our credit score. That's 35%. So if you're not paying your bills on time or you haven't been thinking about it, I want you to start focusing on that because it's very important. Now, let's get into the other methods. Thank you all for putting your hashtag Saturday Live in. We got 36 entries. Now, let's get into method number 2 to increase your credit score. Now we're going to start getting into these different methods that most people aren't aware of that affect your credit score. Again, like I said, everyone thinks it's just paying your bills on time. There's other things that matter, okay? Let's get into number 2. Here we go. Method number 2 is keeping your credit utilization low, okay? Now, what is your credit utilization? This is how much of your available credit you're using on your card, okay? This makes up 30% of your credit score. The lower, the better, okay? So paying your bills on time is 35%. Your credit utilization score is 30% of your credit. So these two things together makes up 65% of your credit score. Keep that in mind, okay? Now, how do you fix it? You got to keep your utilization score under 30%, but under 10% is even better. I've seen people say theirs is under 10%, and I'm like, how? It's possible, but let's focus on 30 first. Make an extra payment mid-cycle to lower your reported balance. Remember, we talked about that closing date. That date is when you're getting reported to the bureau. So make that extra payment again before that date, and that's going to lower the amount that's being reported. That's why that's so important. And then asking for a credit limit increase. If you've had your credit cards for a while, ask for an increase, not to spend. Now, if you don't go asking for an increase and go spin it up. That's not what we're talking about. Asking for a higher increase, now you got more money to work with your utilization, okay? All right, so how do we calculate that credit utilization? Okay, I'm going to put on here how you calculate your credit utilization. Again, I have articles in the description box. When you're finished with this live, I want you guys to let this be a project you work on this year, okay? This is how you calculate your credit utilization. Okay. So, how to calculate your credit utilization ratio. You can calculate your utilization yourself using this formula. Okay. So, you're going to add up the balances on all your credit cards. So, this is going to be your project you're going to work on. If you want to increase your credit score, you got to know this. All of your, and not credit cards, just all of your credit in general, all of your accounts that you have balances on, you're going to add up all of your balances. Then you're going to add up the credit limits on all of your cards. What is the limit that you've been given? Then you're going to divide the total balance by that total credit limit. Okay. And then that's going to be a percentage. You multiply that by 100 to see what your credit utilization ratio is. Okay. You guys are with me? So this is the second way we're going to increase our credit score. You've got to know that credit utilization ratio. You got to know what your rate is. Okay. All right. So let me get to the comments here. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Because, darling, we're about to do a little math, darling. See, when you come to my live, we're not just talking, okay? We're learning, we're working. Hit that like button if you guys are feeling me. And put an amen in the chat, okay? So I want to make sure everyone understands how you calculate your credit utilization. I'll put it up on the screen one more time so you understand. And then we're going to do a little math. But let me come back to the comments here. Let me see what we got going on here. For me, it was getting sick and getting on long-term disability, and I was getting paid twice a month to once a month. Yes. Sometimes it's just life tragedies that may happen that will get you off your game. I understand that one. There was a time when I couldn't pay the bill on time because I didn't have money. But that was totally my fault because I was spending too much and not tracking. See, there's nothing wrong with that. You see how you owned up to it? A lot of people don't know how to own up to it. We talked about this. You won't be able to grow or do anything financially, probably personally too, if you can't own up and face the music. Until you figure out the cause for all of this stuff, you won't be able to do anything. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right. Let me get down here. Let's see if we have, I got some amens. Amen, honey. Amen in the chat. All right. Now, again, I am going to I'm going to put up how you calculate your credit card utilization. Then I want you guys to get your calculators and we're going to do some calculating, okay? You're going to add up all your balances, add up all your credit limits. You're going to divide your total balance by the total credit limit. So your total balances and your total credit limits across all your accounts, and that's your credit utilization score. And what did we say? We are trying to keep it below 30%, okay? That's what affects your credit score. If that credit utilization is higher than 30%, well, that brings your score down, okay? All right, so here we go. I want everyone to put a number 2 next to this answer. You ready? Everybody get your calculators. And then once you figure out the answer, put it in the chat. Here we go. Put a number 2 next to it, okay? We're calculating our credit utilization ratio, what that score is. Now, let's say you have 2 credit cards. They both have a $500 balance, okay? One card has a $2,000 credit limit, and the other has a $3,000 credit limit. What's your utilization percentage? What is that ratio? Put it in the chat below. Let me know, what is your credit utilization ratio? If you got 2 credit cards, they both got a balance of $500. That means that's how much you owe. Your credit limit for one of the cards is $2,000. Your credit limit for the other card is $3,000. What is your credit utilization score? Okay, now while you guys are calculating that, let's see if I missed anything in here. Let's see what Erica says. This is one of the hardest concepts for people to understand. The amount of debt is not important to your credit score. To your credit score. The percentage of credit utilized is the magic number. You're so right. That's why we're talking about this today. A lot of people think that I'm going to pay my debt down and I'm going to pay it off, and that's good. That's a chunk of it. There's other things that factor that credit score. Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about today. All right. Let's see. I pay my bills in full about 10 days before the due date, and anything I've acquired since paying on that day before the ending day. Your utilization runs at 1%. Let's go, CB. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right. Let's see who else we got in here. Hey, Danny. Good morning. All right, let's see. Hi, Gigi. Good morning. All right, let me see. Let me get down here and see if anyone was able to answer our utilization ratio question here. Yes, you've got to have your calculator. Yes, we do homework over here. Yes, we have projects, because I'm not just here to talk to you guys about it. Now, we can sit and talk all day, but we are going to learn and grow as a community together, okay? You took a screenshot of that formula, perfect. And then you guys can always come back, catch the replay. In my description box, I have several articles in there about credit scores. There's calculators. There's everything for you guys to reference, okay? All right, let's get down here and see if anyone came up with this score. Let me see. Is this it? 7%, 10, 1, 20, 10, 10, 20, 10, 20. Okay, we got some 10s and 20s. That seems to be the 20, 15, 0, 20, 30. Somebody says 75 to 90. Okay, all right. We have different answers across the board here. Hold on one second. Hello? Hi, somebody's knocking. We have a visitor. Come say hi real quick. Are you coming in?
Hello.
Hi, we have a visitor. Guess who it is?
It's Elijah.
And he found the balloons from Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Hey, man.
Hey.
Mini-Me just woke up. We just woke her up. Hey, man. Happy Valentine's Day. Can you say hi to everybody?
Say hi.
You found a pizza balloon, huh? Hey, man. What's up? All right. Auntie, see y'all later, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye.
What are my savings challenges?
Yes, we're going to talk about T-Man made a savings challenge for all y'all. I'm going to show y'all. Shut the door, man. All right, let me see. Everybody say hi, Elijah. Hey, T-Man, watch his hand. All right, sorry about that, you guys. All right. Let's see. All right, we're split here. All right. I cheated and peaked at Credit Karma. Okay, all right, you guys. Let's talk about this again, okay? Several of you got it right. Okay. Now, and he budgets, no cheating. No cheating. Okay. Now listen to the question, because this is how you're going to determine your credit utilization ratio. You have two cards. The balance is $500 on each card. Okay. The credit limit for one card is $2,000. The credit limit for another card is $3,000. Okay. So you're going to add up your balance. That's $1,000. You're going to add up your credit limits. That's $5,000. You're going to take your balance, which is $1,000. You're going to divide it by your total credit limit that you have. That's $5,000. And that percentage is 20%. Okay. Everybody with me? So those of you all who said 20%, you're absolutely correct. You're going to divide 1,000, which is your total balance, divided by your total credit, which is 5,000. That equals 20%. That is lower than the recommended 30%. So you have a good credit utilization score. Okay. Everybody with me? Everybody get that one? Let me know in the comment section. Does that make sense? Okay. That's how you calculate it. Okay. All right. He might have said, you can't be doing math and in the yard working. All right. Drop down in the comment section. Let me know if that makes sense. I'm going to put another one on the board here on the screen. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult. So all of you who answered 20%, you are absolutely correct. Okay. All right. I'm going to put another one up here. Put your, now from what we just discussed, remember, you know how to calculate it? This one's going to be a little bit more harder. It's not that much harder, but let me put it up here. Okay. Put a 2 and the letter A next to this answer. You may get your calculators. You may not need pencil and paper. Here we go. All right. Now we're increasing the cards. Now, let's say you have 4 credit cards. Okay? Your credit card balances are $500, $1,500, $2,500, and $5,000. Now remember, those are your balances. Your credit limits for these cards is $1,000, $5,000. 2 of them are $5,000, and the 4th one is $10,000. What's your ratio now? Now remember, you add up all your balances, all of your credit limits, and you divide your balance by that credit limit, and it's going to tell you your credit utilization ratio. So once you get your answer to this one, put it in the chat. Let me see if you guys got it. I'm going to get some water. While you're thinking about it, hit that like button. Let me know you're enjoying the live. Let me know you're enjoying this topic. And also, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. We are at 8,000 subscribers. Let's go. We are on a mission. I am trying to reach 10K by May. That is my anniversary. We have just reached 8,000. We got this. How much time is that? March, April, May. Oh, come on. We can do that in 3 months. Tell a friend. Share this out. Tell a friend. Tell them to come subscribe. And we learning over here. Let's go. All right. Let me get to the comments. What's your answer on this one? All right. Put a number 2A next to it. Hey, Ro. Put a number 2A next to it so I can know that this is the one that you're answering. International Budgeter. I like that channel name. Welcome. All right. What's Sunshine say? Oh, Lord, I put mine instead of the question you asked. Oh, you said you put yours. Okay, that's okay, girlfriend, as long as you know it. As long as you know it. Okay, 2A. What we got? Okay, 45, 50, 45, 45, 45. Ah, you guys are getting the hang of it now. 50. I misunderstood the question. I thought you were asking, but okay, I'm sorry. I thought, yeah, I was asking for the example here. Math makes your brain hurt. Gigi, get in here and get a calculator. Come on. 45. We got to know this math, Gigi. 45. All right. Everybody got the hang of it now. Yes. All right. Yes. So now, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Now, you guys got the hang of it. Yes. 45%. In this situation, your credit utilization score is going to be 45%. Now, remember, the recommendation is what? 30% or lower. So if your credit utilization ratio is 45%, you are over. That means your credit score is going down. Okay. So it don't matter if you're paying them bills on time. That's a big chunk of it. Remember, that's 35%. This is 30%. And if you are above your credit, that's going to make your credit score down. Credit score go down. Everybody with me? All right. That was a good one. All right. Let's get into the third method that makes up our credit score. And that's going to help us increase our credit score. Okay. Here's number 3. Increase your credit age. Somebody mentioned this earlier. Why? The longer your credit history, the better. Your credit age makes up 15%. Okay. Everybody keeping up with these numbers. Paying your bills on time. That's 35% of your credit score. Credit utilization. That's 30%. That's 65% them too. Now, the age of your credit, that's 15%. What's 65 plus 15? 65 carry to 1. Is that 70? Or is that 80? I can't add. So how do we fix this? Keep old accounts open. So many of y'all are so happy to pay off that credit card. You're like, oh, I finally got this paid off, and then you close it. Oh, Lord, don't do it. It's hurting your credit score. Okay? Now, look at this one. Become an authorized user on a family member's old credit card. Now, that's if your family member lets you. But this is another way to boost this part of your credit score. And then open a secure credit if you're new to credit cards and you don't have one. Okay. Now, I know that Dave Ramsey preaches to not have credit cards and that cash is king, and cash is king. But For those of you who don't have the cash to pay for everything outright, credit is fine if you know how to work it. See, when you let credit come and take control of you, like we say about your money, no, it's not good. But when you learn how to manage it, oh man, you can do so much. All right. So that is the third method that's going to help us increase our credit. Keep those accounts open. Okay. And it's not just enough to keep them open. You got to use them every now and then. Put something on them. What I do with mine is I put a utility bill on them, or I put a cell phone bill on them. That got to get paid every month, right? Put it on that credit card. And then I just pay the credit card off. And so now that's keeping it active and it's showing I'm paying on time every month. Okay. We'll talk about it. All right. Now let's see. Can you explain again how you calculated it? Okay. Really quickly. Let me put this up here for international budget. And you can always come back to these slides here, but this is how you're going to calculate your ratio. You're going to add up all the balances on all your credit accounts. Okay. That means how much you owe. Then you're going to add up all the credit limits you have. Whatever your credit limit is for your card, you're going to add all of that up. You're going to divide the balance by the total credit limit. That's how you get your ratio. And you want to keep your ratio at 30% or lower across all credit accounts. Okay? Across all credit accounts. All right. So let me see who else. Wendy. Okay, thank you, Wendy. Authorized user can always be a bad thing if the person don't help. Yes. Chris, do you think paying a settled amount to get rid of the small debt works against you? You know what? That's a good question, and that's what we need to talk about. I will say, and I'm going to show you guys a list of things that don't affect your credit score. I don't think that affects you as far as what we're discussing today on how to increase it. None of the things that I found showed that would affect your credit. And I'm going to show you guys when we're done. I'm going to show you some of the myths about your credit score that we've always thought, and that may be a part of it. All right, let's see, you guys. Yes, and Luxury Option told us about the Fizz card last week. Did anybody go and look that up last week? Okay. It acts as a debit, but helps build your credit. That was one of our takeaways from last week. Let's see. Let me get down here. Hi, Shannon. Welcome. Hey, Mona, I missed you. Both of my kids have a 0 credit score. My son bought his house with a 0 credit score. My kids learned from my mistake. And that's what it's all about, right? Hopefully teaching our kids to not learn from our mistakes and explaining why they were mistakes, right? That's a big lesson to learn. I disagree with always keeping accounts open. Closing credit card accounts hurts your utilization more than credit age. It's still counted in age as long as it's on your report. Okay. And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. And if it's worked for you, remember, whatever works for you and you're monitoring it, you keep with that. All right. Let's see. Was the calculation 21? No, the calculation was 9,500 divided by 21,000. So do it backwards. You got it. Okay. Now, Rose says, what happens when a credit card company closes your account? Well, when they close your account, it's because they're not seeing any activity on it. And I will say that this just happened to me. And I didn't even notice. I noticed my score dip a little bit. I can't say it was because of that, but I did notice that. I haven't seen anything, and we'll have to do our research on what happens when they close it. But y'all, I had a Children's Place credit card, right? Anybody got a Children's Place credit card? Put it in the comment section. And so now that my daughter and my nieces and nephews are outside of that age, Elijah's here now. So at Christmas, I was just going to buy him some clothes. Why go to, this is so embarrassing. Why go to Children's Place at the mall and break out this credit card? Now, mind you, I haven't used it in years. And so I asked the man if he could, if you go to use your credit card in most places, store credit cards, they can search up your card by your social. And he was like, I don't see anything on file for you. He was like, when is the last time you used this card? I was like, oh, it's been years. He said, I think they may have closed it. So that's a good thing to research. I haven't seen that truly affect my card. And I don't know when my score, and I don't know when they did that, but oh my God, that's a good thing. That's one of those things you want to look at. That's why you always want to pull your credit reports and see what's out there. That's another thing. And we're going to talk about that in another live. That's another part of this. You got to make sure you're looking at your credit reports and what is out there. Y'all, when I tell you that was the funniest thing ever. Hey, Chris. All right, let's look at, what are we on? Number 4 here? I think we're on number 4. Okay, this is the number 4th method. That's a part of increasing your credit score, okay? So this is number 4, okay? Diversify your credit mix, okay? And what does this mean? Having a mix of different types of credit cards, loans, etc., make up 10% of your credit score, okay? So we were at 80%. Now we're at 90% of what makes up our credit score, and having a mix. Okay. So if you only have credit cards, consider a small credit builder loan. Now, by all means, you don't have to go and open up any loans or do anything like that. But this accounts for 10% of your credit score. So you may want to take a look at it. If you have loans, responsibly use a low limit credit card, or avoid opening too many accounts at once. It can hurt more than it can help. Okay, so 10% of your credit score is having a mix. What's that credit looking like? So if you have your mortgage and you have credit cards and you have a car loan, see, that's a mix. See, it's not just all the same type of account. You have a mixture. So that shows the credit bureaus that, okay, she's able to keep up with, different types of credit, and she's able to pay it on time. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So now here's our next question. I want you to put a number 3 next to your answer. How many credit accounts do you have right now? Is it more than 3, less than 3? How many credit accounts do you have that you're paying on? Just ballpark it. Put that answer in the chat below. And then let me see how you guys are doing. Let me make sure you guys are entering your hashtag Saturday Live. Okay, we got 43 entries. Lovely. All right, let's see where we are here. I said hi to Chris. Wendy, my son had a credit score of 683. He has 1 card, paid off. He is talking to me about it now. Very nice. Very nice. The same thing happened to you with Children's Place, Shannon. Y'all, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about my Auntie Nan. My Auntie Nan, this is the auntie that I'm becoming and that I want to be. My Auntie Nan probably got $1 million on her Children's Place card, because all she do is buy for me and all my cousins and all of this stuff. She buy for our kids, right? She always uses that Children's Place card. I was like, that's gonna be me. I'll be like Auntie Nan. They shut my stuff down. I'm like, I couldn't be like Auntie Nan now, because I ain't opening that credit card bag. But Lord, they shut me down. I'm sorry, y'all. That was fun. I had a card close for lack of use, and they never notified me. I don't think they notified me either. But did it hurt your score? I don't think that hurt my score. It could be because that was a store credit card. I'm not sure, but Victoria's Secret did that to me. But honestly, I was glad that they did. Oh my God, how many of y'all had Victoria's Secret credit cards? Lord. Let's see. 0 more than 4. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. We're answering this question here. I'm like, hold on. I took the question off. Hold on. There it is. How many credit accounts do you have? Okay. 0, more than 4. 3, more than 3. I had a Visa and Discover card early in my 20s. I paid Discover off and they closed it. Oh, forget Discover. I pay on 2. He budget said 29. 2, neither have a balance. More than 3, 5, 2, 3, 2, 3. How many credit cards do I have? I probably have about a good 10 to 12. I don't use them all. My main card that I use, like most of you guys use, or for reward points, is my Capital One. But my other credit cards, again, and we'll talk about this, my other cards, I put something on them just to keep them active and show activity to help keep my credit score high. So all of them probably have a bill on them and it gets paid, and then I just pay it off to keep showing that activity, because that's another big part of this. Let's see, 316, because each of my student loans report separately. I only have one major credit card. More than 3. All right. Y'all are managing these well. Just check my credit. I have 13 accounts, closed school loans, car loans, and credit cards. Yes. 0. I have 5 accounts, 2 paid off, and 1 is down to 16. So I can pay it off monthly. Very nice. Y'all are on top of this. The fact that y'all even have these answers right away lets me know that y'all are on top of it. Good deal. All right. So that was number 4. Let's get into the 5th method that makes up our credit card history that is going to help us increase our credit score if we're monitoring it. Okay. Let me take this banner off. All right. Here we go. Last one. Okay, this is going to help increase your credit score fast. If you avoid opening too many credit cards at once, this is the final 10% of what makes up your credit score. Okay? All right, so every time you apply for a new credit card, it results in a hard inquiry on your credit report. Okay? Which can lower your credit score. All right? So does everybody understand what that means? Every time you go to open an account, it's putting a hard inquiry on your credit report that somebody's checking your credit. Opening too many accounts too quickly can also make you look risky to lenders. So they looking at you sideways like, wait a minute, why are they opening all of these accounts? That can they not, function with that one account? Can they not manage it properly? Why are they opening so many back to back to back? So how to fix it? Only apply for new credit when it's necessary, not just for a sign-up bonus. You know how they get you. Space out applications by at least 6 months to a year, okay? And focus on managing your existing credit responsibly. Y'all, everybody come closer to the screen, okay, in case you can't see this last one. Let's read it together. Focus on managing your existing credit responsibly before adding new accounts. Okay. Now, I say that to say this. Opening new accounts does not solve anything. Okay. So don't get into this habit of running these cards up and you think opening a new card, getting new credit is the answer. That's doing nothing but piling onto an existing problem, okay? And that's real talk, because I know a lot of us, we do that. We're just opening every credit card because we need more credit instead of managing the situation over here. If we manage that properly, we won't even need those, okay? You understand what I'm saying? All right, now, let me get into our final question of the day. Put a number 4 next to it. Have you ever applied for a credit card and regretted it? What happened? Or have you ever applied for a credit card and didn't get it? Y'all, I can laugh at this now. But have any of y'all ever been in that situation where you're out shopping and you know that little stank cashier is always like, would you like to open a credit card? You can say, and I'm like, yeah, let me open that. And then she just have to come back and she like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, they couldn't approve it right now, but they're gonna send you a letter letting you know why. And you're sitting there like, meanwhile, everybody can hear that you just got turned down. I told myself never again. Do you understand the amount of embarrassment that is, not only for the cashier, not only for me, but for the cashier to have to give that information back to you? Never again. Never again. So let me know, have you ever opened a card and you regretted it, or have you ever been turned down, and why? And let me get to the comments here, and we're going to start wrapping up, you guys. Make sure you put your hashtag Saturday Live in if you want to be a part of the giveaway. And while I'm going back to the chat here, guys, remember, Next Saturday is the last Saturday of the month, so there won't be a live next week. I'll see you in 2 weeks. It will be March 1st when I see you guys again. That's insane. Okay, let me get down here and let me see how you guys have answered this one. Okay, make sure you put a number 4 next to your answer so I can see it easy. Let's see. Yes, I didn't get it. No and no. Look at Danny just laughing. Oh, okay, she's talking to someone else. No, ma'am. Okay. Yes, credit one is the worst card ever. So many fees. I have a credit one. I do have a credit one. I have 2 credit ones, actually. I don't use them, but they do help with my credit history, my overall. And that fee that they charge every month, I just pay it. So now it's looking like I'm paying on it every month. But yes, I understand. Let's see. Yes, I applied and didn't get it, but I kind of knew already just to shut them up. Wendy, that's not shutting them up. All that's doing is putting that hard inquiry on your credit. You understand? So you guys don't do stuff out of spite. They don't care. They could care less if you get it or not. They could care less. Oh, a Disney Chase card. There is a Disney Chase credit card. Lord Jesus. I apply and don't get them. I've been there. No regrets on cars. That's a good thing. No, but Walgreens will pop up on the card machine. So hit the keys carefully. Oh, no. They are so persistent too. Like, did I tell you? No, they're so persistent. They make money off that. If they can get you to open them cards, they make money off of that. Yes, they do. No and yes. Okay. Yes for Tiva. I always say no. Wait, I saw it. I always say no to retail stores. Yes, now I do. But back in the day, when I was so desperate to just have credit and just addicted to having credit and not paying anything, I was applying for everything. Then suddenly I was like, fool, don't you get it? You're getting turned down because your credit sucks. Stop applying. It's like, don't you get it? If you applied here and they told you no, why do you think the next store is going to tell you yes? Oh my God. I got denied. Got denied or got it and then regretted it when I got it in the mail and saw the interest rate. That'll do it. That will do it. You guys make sure you got those hashtag Saturday lives. I'm going to pull up the giveaway tool. I applied for one with 0 interest for 21 months to do a balance transfer. I regretted it at first, but now I think it was the best move I've made. Yes. Hi, my life is Emily. Yes, because if you can get that balance paid off in them 21 months, then yes, that's good. It's no interest. That's a good one. All right, Shannon says no regrets, no regrets. Let's see. All right, no regrets. Yes, I was turned out in Myra. I feel you. I feel you. Macy's done turned me down too. I feel you on that one. Yes, I was debt free. Opened a card for the airline points, and now $28,000 later, I absolutely regret it. Good Lord, what did I do? I know it happens. We do it, but you know what? Like I always say, the stuff that we all know now, I didn't know that years ago. I knew none of this information we're talking about now. I knew nothing about it. So we do these things without having the knowledge and not knowing how it affects us. But now, knowing what we know now, it makes us react to things differently, doesn't it? Yes, apply to combine all balances from several cards and put on one card to pay it off at a certain time, and it didn't work. Oh, that's the worst, isn't it? I always decline applying for more cards and have no regrets. Synchrony banks make it hard to get a loan or credit. Yes, my Discover card got the wrong card. I was supposed to apply for the cash back on all the things versus the restaurant and gas. Yes. I regret having credit one. That's what everybody's saying. They regret that credit one. I may not make it to the next slide because of eye surgery. That's okay, Lucille. Good luck with your eye surgery, though. I hope everything goes well. Now, before we get out of here, you guys, I do want to show you again. I have these articles listed below, but I thought this was interesting. Let me see. Which article is it? This one right here. I want to share this one with you guys really quickly. Let me share my screen. Share. And then get your Saturday lives in, because once I share this, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the giveaway tool. And is it this one? No, but while we're here, I want you guys to take a look at this now, and we'll talk about this too. But when it comes to credit scores, and I hope you guys can see this, there are really two major companies that lenders use for our credit scores. Okay. These aren't the only two, but these are the biggest two that they use. And the number one is your FICO credit score. Okay. So if you guys have noticed, you get credit scores from a lot of places. You probably get it from Experian, and I think there's Credit Wise. There's just so many places. But what you want to look at is your FICO credit score. This is, I believe, I don't have this, but this will be in the articles I have linked below. I think 90% of lenders use a FICO credit score. Okay. So here is that credit mix we were referring to. Okay. So I have this link below. Make sure you go take a look at it. Now, I wanted to show you guys this. What doesn't affect your credit score? I hope you guys can see this. Again, if not, I have it linked below. Here's some of the things that don't affect your credit score that we may sometimes think does. Okay. So race and religion, marital status, sex or gender does not. Your age does not. Your occupation, employment history, salary, total assets does not. Okay. It does not affect your credit score. Now, if you were to go somewhere and apply for something and they ask you that information, maybe that has something to do with if you get that loan or not from that particular company. But as far as your credit score is concerned, that has nothing to do with it. Where you live doesn't, your interest rate on your current loans, credit counseling. So if you signed up for any of those credit counseling places to help you with your credit and stuff, that does not affect your credit score. If you are behind on your child support, that does not affect your credit score. Okay. And then soft credit inquiries. So, some places do those soft credits. You know how you get those credit card mailers in the mail wanting you to apply for it? Those are soft credit inquiries, but they don't affect your credit score. Okay. So I thought this was important that I share this with you. So you know those things that does not affect it. And again, this is in the description box. So let's get over here to the giveaway. I have 67 entries. I'm getting ready to draw. Good luck, everyone. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed today's topic. This was a good one. We're going to continue our credit card series and continue to talk about this. Hey, Kara, I didn't know you were in here. Hey, congratulations, Ricky. All right. So let's go to the picker wheel. Let's see what Ricky has won. Let's do a good shuffle, 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 shuffle. Let's do it. Congratulations, Ricky. All right. Let's see what she's won. What's that say? Amazon gift card. Congratulations, Ricky. Please let me know your email address. I probably should know it, but please reach out to me and give it to me again. So congratulations, you guys. Again, if you haven't hit that like button, please make sure you do. And also, you guys, this Friday coming up, I am having a launch in my shop. Please make sure you are there. Here are some of the items that's going to be in there. We're going to have new binders and keychains and cash trays, all of the things. So I hope you guys are able to support. And let's finish up here with some last minute comments. Let me go to the bottom here. Everyone is telling Ricky congratulations. Let me scroll up and see any feedback about credit cards. Again, you guys, if you ever have any topics or anything you want to discuss, my questionnaire is in the description box. Please make sure you send me over any suggestion you want to talk about. Credit cards is always a good one. We all have our way of doing things. This is just information that I want to share with you so you can have that information to take back and do your research. Okay. All right. Let's see. I did get approved for a United Airlines credit card, and I keep it just for the points. Yes. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Marie. Tips for balance transfer cards. Which one is the best? Okay. That's a good one. Okay, let's see. Why is synchrony bad? I don't know who said that. Oh, but Lucille said she hated too. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all drop that in the comments. Something we need to know. Do you have tips for balance transfers? We can definitely do a live on that. We can definitely make that a part of our credit card series. Also understand that there are 7 different FICO models in use by lenders. There are. And I think they are up to number, Erica, help me out, maybe 9 or 10. So again, I have that in the description box. Make sure you take the time to read the articles down there. And again, remember, we talked about doing our financial research, picking a topic and mastering it. Okay. Start with this one. I think I listed about 3 or 4 articles down there so that you guys can take a look at it. Credit Karma be lying. They give false. Now, what I will say about Credit Karma, and I may have put this article in the description box, but do your research, you guys. Credit Karma and all of the other ones, I forget the names of most of them. The ones that offer you free credit scores. Keep in mind, those are like, what do they call them? Educational credit scores, okay? Those are the ones that's more in line with, they're going to give you your credit score that's more, it's in tune with what it is, but it's not actual. It's not actual of what makes up or what lenders are looking at. So you can get those free credit scores and they are helpful to help you manage where your credit should be. But if you want to know what your credit score is and what lenders are looking at, I think it's the number one is FICO, and other than that they use Vanguard. I believe it's Vanguard, right? But that number one is FICO. And look at some of your credit cards. Like I have a couple credit cards that give me my FICO credit score free every month. Just go and take a look at it once we leave this live. Go take a look at your credit card statements, the information that they send you. And again, make sure you're doing your research, okay? All right, you guys. Well, that is the end for the live. I hope you guys enjoyed this topic. We will continue to talk about this. I will see you guys. Remember, no live next week. I will see you in 2 weeks on March 1st, okay? Everyone have a great weekend, and thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.